Welcome, thrice welcome to another episode of Ask Uncle Ben. Now we've got a lot of questions to get through, so let's dive straight down there. First of all, from Simon Jason Driscoll, the famous firm of solicitors. Dear Uncle Ben, if someone owns a piece of land, how far down to the Earth's centre does their ownership go? Also, do penguins have knees? Well, this is actually very interesting, Simon, because in olden times, if you owned land, then it was deemed that you also owned everything directly above it and below it. From the heavens to the very depths of hell, as they used to say. This is rather marvellous, because obviously the Earth is constantly rotating, and therefore the space you own above you covers enormous amounts. So you could own a huge amount of the universe by now. Entire planets, stars, systems, nebulae. Marvellous, wouldn't it be? However, of course, in legal terms, it's really boring, and it's all been redefined in there. Sky's a public highway. But ignore that, because the other thing's much more exciting. I've got to stop asking questions properly. This is becoming a habit. And as for penguins, yes, they do have knees. They have knees and nephews. Nieces and nephews. No, a knees up mother penguin, knees up mother penguin, as I'm sure you know. Next question. Uncle Ben, here's the situation. My house is currently in the process of burning down, dear, and as a very clever person indeed, I have figured out that I only have time to save either my folio of lost Shakespeare plays or my wife, who is a bacterial infection. Who should I save? Also, outside there are Nazis, and everyone who has already escaped is Jewish. There is a baby who is prone to crying when Nazis are in the area. Should I murder the child or let the Nazis murder us? Yours sincerely, oh never mind, it's too late now, everyone's dead. Well obviously that's terrible, but I'm kind of pleased because I had no idea how to answer that question. But it's too late, you're all dead. Moving on, Alex asks, Dear Uncle Ben, which is better, vegan or transgender? Also, will this still be the case when we've left the EU? I'm taking part in a pub quiz, you see, and the correct answer could net me a box of chocolates. Ooh, very nice. Personally, I'm a transgender potato. Sort of best of both worlds there. You say potato, I say patula. But no, when we leave the EU, the British government are going to make it compulsory for everyone to become fruitarians, which means, of course, you can only eat Aryans. And they're going to make us all wear high-heeled potatoes. Swines. There we are. Jen again. Hello, Jen. I'd like to hear Uncle Ben's views on gluten-free diets. Maybe you could also explain why raccoons don't have walkie-talkies. They just seem like they should have walkie-talkies. If you don't mind, Jen, I'm going to answer this one backwards. Only joking. No, they can't have walkie-talkies, can they? Because then they'd be able to communicate and they'd become organised. They'd be coming for us. They're in the trees. They're coming. When I was a child, running in the night, playing with my toys, I dropped one in the dark. I dropped it in the street. And then I heard a strange noise. Raccoons. Now raccoons are hunting me. Raccoons. They got my walkie-talkie. Raccoons. They're communicating. The raccoons. Well, here they come. They're coming. They're coming for me through the trees. Help me, someone, help me, please. Take my shoes off and throw them in the lake, and I'll be missing both my shoes. I have no idea where this song is going, so I'm going to stop it immediately. There we go. As for the whole gluten-free thing, which one's that? Is that the one where you can't eat handbags? No, I don't know. Boring. Moving on. Dear Uncle Ben, ? Yours sincerely, ! Well, I shall reply with 3 asterisks and a semicolon. Take that, madam. Talking about punctuation, here's a quick word from Victor Borger.
Punctuation marks can be very confusing. And that is why I have invented a way by which we can hear punctuation marks as well as see them. And here's how it works. A period sounds like this. An exclamation point is a straight line with a period underneath. And here is a comma. Quotation marks are two commas. Or if you happen to be left-handed, question mark is rather difficult. I have a book here, and I'm going to read a chapter from a story to you so you can hear how it sounds when this system is being used. I have marked the chapter so that I can find it easy. It's right here in the beginning of the book, and it is to save time that I have marked it. Here it is. Here it is on page 9. Page 6. Once upon a time, a prince was riding through the woods. Suddenly, he saw a terrible dragon. "What is this?" asked the prince. "Arrgh," said the dragon. "Those are fighting words," said the prince. "Take that, and that, and that, and that," said the prince. So the dragon took that, and that, and that, and that, and that was the end of the dragon. And this is the end of this.
Thank you very much, Victor. Marvellous fellow. Next question. Dear Uncle Ben, can you explain, using only semaphore, why semaphore is supposed to be so cool and groundbreaking? Yours sincerely, Morse code. No, I can't. Next question. Dearest friend Uncle Ben, could you lend me £437 until next week? My holistic candle healer is being very threatening. Yours sincerely. What? How did you get in here? Look, I told you I'm good for the money. Just ask my homeopath. I just need a little more time. What are you doing? No, not my aura. Ow, my spiritual balance. No. Oh dear. Well, I couldn't have let you money anyway. I haven't got it. So never mind. Next question. This is from Tully. Hello, Tully. Dear Uncle Ben, I have been shrink-wrapped like a stepladder by a careless member of staff and am now waiting to be sold in my local B&Q. How do I alert someone to my predicament, as the wrapping has muffled my voice to the extent that I cannot be heard? Oh dear. And the next question links up. Dear Uncle Ben, so have I. This is constantly happening to me and my friends. Yours sincerely, a stepladder. P.S. I am a stepladder. Well, I'm very sorry to hear of both your predicaments, but I'm sure together we can take steps to rectify the situation. Take steps, you see. Please yourselves. Oh, Whistler is pleasing himself. Stop it! Naughty murderer. Well, I suggest what you do is you have to hop over to the paint section, knock over a tin of like bright purple or orange or something, get it all over you. That'll help attract attention, but try not to get too emotional. We'll gloss over that. And then get out to the gardeny bit and get one of those big fence panels and take that with you, because then people will look at you because you're taking offence. This is getting worse. And if that hasn't worked, then hop your way over to the checkouts and go to the self-service one, pop yourself on the thing, and then it will say unexpected item in the bagging area, and then somebody will come. That's a good idea. Right, good luck with that. Next question. Dearest Uncle Ben, I have a few things that have been bugging me. 1. What is greater than God? More evil than the devil? The dead eat it, but if you ate it, you would die. Well, of course, the usual answer to that is nothing, isn't it? But the actual answer is a Kit Kat salad. And I shall explain to you why. Obviously, Kit Kats are greater than God. They're delicious. They're also more evil than the devil because they're so Moorish, and you eat them all and it's bad for you and you put on weight, etc. The dead eat Kit Kats. Have you not realised that? Oh, they're forever popping up and stealing my Kit Kats. But if I ate the salad bit, I would die, because I hate salad. I will not eat leaves. I am not a diplodocus, as I believe I've said before. So yes, the real answer is a Kit Kat salad. Hope that helps. The second question is, when a rose on a rosebush dies, you deadhead it, and the rosebush continues to flourish. Why don't we treat humans in the same manner? Well, Whistler does, don't you, Whistler? Yes. By the way, I keep mentioning Whistler. If you didn't listen to Series 1, or some of Series 1, you won't know who Whistler is. Whistler is a serial killer who crouches in the corner of my bedroom and whistles the theme tune. Perfectly normal situation. Anyway, I think we could do something similar, couldn't we? We could take stupid people and cruel people, etc., and cut off their reproductive organs, and then the rest of us would flourish. Oh yes, this is getting far too excited about that. Back! Good maniac. And the final question from this questioner. I have celebrated the Mexican Day of the Dead. I am neither Mexican or dead. How is this possible? Well, you have of course heard of being ambidextrous. Well, I think you're probably ambi-Mexican. I'll explain that. So you're sort of, even though you're not Mexican, you can do Mexican things with one hand or something. Being ambi-dead isn't as much fun, so I wouldn't go there. And these questions were from the favourite of your nieces and nephews, the definitive indefinite article. Nice to hear from you, the definite indefinite article. Or dear, as I call you. Yes, my dear. Yes, thank you for saying. Oh, another question from Jen here. A riddle for you, Uncle Ben. Boris, Farage and Gove are all stuck on one side of a river. You have only a single boat with enough room for one other passenger. That means you can only transport one person across the river at a time, and must leave the other two unattended while you do so. The thing is, if you leave Gove alone with Boris, he will chuck him in the river. If you leave Boris alone with Farage, he will chuck him in the river. So the question is, who do you punch first? Well, quite. I would hit them all over the head with an oar and throw them in the river to drown, or just leave them to starve. Don't really care. However, Boris, Farage and Gove sounds like some sort of Cbeebies show, doesn't it? And now on Cbeebies, the Morons. What's happening today in Moron Land? That's right, everyone's at school. Oh no, not quite everyone. Where's Boris? He's still at home. What's Boris doing? Can you see what Boris is doing? Oh dear, Boris has forgotten how to stand up again. Another missed day at school for Boris. Hope that doesn't affect him when he's older. Back at school, oh and look, there's Gove. Can we guess what Gove is doing, boys and girls? That's right, he's trying to destroy the entire education system. Typical Gove. Oh, and what's happening in this classroom? Looks like Farage has been naughty again. Are you in trouble with teacher, Farage? Yes. Did you run with scissors? No. Did you talk during class? No. Did you incite racial hatred? Farage is nodding. Naughty Farage. I don't know. What are we going to do with these three? Let's hope they never grow up to be in positions of power, hey boys and girls. That's all from Moron Land today. Bye bye. And that's all from Ask Uncle Ben as well, everybody. Take care of yourselves, won't you? And don't forget, if you've got a question, ask Uncle Ben. Until next time, bye-bye.